this lead.
Had a good look there, but it's no good.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game.
Come up with it. To Green. Great defense, forcing the miss. Boston knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. Knocked loose. Warriors forces the turnover, and it leads to points. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as the... Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Kyrie. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Into the front court, it's Irving. He'll run the offense. Shot by Horford won't go. Curry into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Curry. Oh, that's how it's done.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Irving with the basketball. His team on top by 13. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. Man, that was sweet.
It's all about that first step, and it's all about angles. Look at the way he got his shoulders through the angle of the defender. That first step was great, but those shoulders getting through, that was a difference.
Celtics have it. Irving knocked loose. Irving. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Kyrie across the timeline. The advantage is 13 points. Knocked loose. Warriors come up with it. Here's Curry with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Now a three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Warriors basketball.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throws good. A three-point play, and the lead back down to 12. Irving into the front court. The lead is 12. Inside, he scores. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward to Irving. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Turns and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent going, and I can help you with your offensive rhythm.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Brown with it up top. Up a dozen. The side of the rim, short. Cousins to Thompson. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. To Hayward. And stuffs it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Durant to Thompson. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. Rozier into the front court. His team up by 7. To Hayward. Shot from in close, no good.
Yeah, if I'm the teammate of that guy that just got scored on, I'm telling him on my way back down the floor, look, I appreciate you being there, but I need you to really be there. I need you to be more engaged and give more effort on the defensive end. That's the only way we're going to win this game.
Celtics have it. To Hayward. To Horford. And finishes strong.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Curry into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. To Durant. Fires the three. They work it down to Cousins. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Horford. And the finish at the rim.
Scary Terry was born during the playoffs last year. He helped Boston achieve what many critics, including myself, thought was impossible without superstar teammates being healthy. He's a pit bull defensively, so quick laterally with a strong upper body frame and a great center of gravity. He plays with a ton of grit and determination, and that's just what you need in a depth guard who can answer the bell when called on.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Thompson. Textbook defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Almost, and he's not getting the call. Durant with the basketball up top. Final minute to play in this third quarter. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Lead stands at 7. He was hacked. They let it go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Lays it up and in.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7. because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. It'll stay Celtic basketball. Rozier. And the rebound taken by Golden State. Durant to Curry. Off the assist.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Boston with the basketball. Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
This has been a battle thus far. A one-point game as we get things back going here in the fourth. Here's Irving into the front court. Leads just a point to Irving. The drive right to the basket. Shot from the lane won't go. To Thompson. Nothing going here on that drive. Thompson. Trying to cash in. Defender was right there. He has to know better.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's so hard to guard a bad shooter. Their form throws your pace off on how you defend it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Thompson throws it up, flushes down the slam.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Irving brings the ball up court. Knocked loose. With another basket there.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Knocked loose. Warriors have it. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Into the front court, it's Irving. The deficit now up to 5. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Driving right to the basket. In a flash. Scores at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Kyrie with the rock.
I got ball. I got some for him.
To Jaylen Brown. Knocked loose. Warriors come up with it. And finally play. Is stopped on the tie-up. Substitution being made in this one. Cousins up to block the shot.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Curry lobs it up, flushes down the slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Oh, with the foul and a chance coming up at the line.
And the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Durant. Cousins. To Curry. Fires the three. Jay, he's shaking his head. The guilty party. He knows it's better to be lucky than good.
Or he knows it was just a really bad shot that just happened to go in. But sometimes when the basketball heavens drop a gift in your lap, you take it.
Hayward. Shot by Hayward, no good. Cleans it up around the perimeter. Has a chance. Shot by Tatum, won't go. To Durant. Rises for the slam.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Celtics have it.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball. I got ball.
Oh, he had him there for a second. To Marcus Smart. Irving. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First one goes down. And he hits the second. He hits all 3 free throws. Thompson to bring it into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Curry, unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Runner here won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Curling inside. Inside, he scores.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Kevin Durant lets it go. To Irving. Finishing inside the paint on that.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Durant across the timeline. The lead stands at 10. And the finish on the nice step through.
Clay isn't usually a guy that goes to the bucket. He usually pulls up for threes, but that was a nice, easy lay-in right there.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Irving. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Possession lies with Golden State. Durant. Not getting the bounce. Irving with the basketball. His guys down by 9. Great dish to set it up. Add 2 points to the board.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Curry to bring it up. His team up by 7. Curry, jumper's good.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Irving. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose.
Boston controls the tap. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Hayward. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Irving to Hayward. From the painted area, won't go down.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Just off the mark. Curry with the ball to Thompson. Curry to Thompson. Lets it fly from long range. Al Horford snares the rebound. Hayward to Irving. Oh, had him going there for a second. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
To Green. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
To Irving. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Hayward. Tatum shot no good. Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
That's the shooter's mentality. Stays with it after the miss.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-piece.
He's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Turned away by Bell. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Irving to the rim. Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. He knows he needs his bench. Brad Stevens turns to his reserves. Thompson, runners good there.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Rejected by Green.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Klay Thompson with the basketball to Green. You've got to get that one to go. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Blocked by Green.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Celtics have it. Brown into the front court. Leads 5. The touch at the rim. Count it.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Off the assist.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
Gets off the three. At the buzzer. Knocks it down in the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
It's good. Has the hot hand in a 4-point play. We've played one here at TD Garden with the Celtics on top. Jay and I back to Boston. After this, you're tuned into the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's Curry controlling the offense. Beyond the arc for three. He was all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Irving. Man, that was a tough shot. Kyrie Irving won a championship with Cleveland. He won a championship for Cleveland in that Game 7 at Golden State. How is he influenced as a player by that title?
Well, I thought he learned how to win at a really huge stage. But Kyrie's always been a leader of his own movement. At times, his voice may have been suppressed because of LeBron James, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at the young players on this roster, when they all rock Kyrie's, you know who the leader of the team is.
Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Down low to Cousins. And draws the foul.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Team foul number 1.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Subbing in for the Boston Celtics, number 42, Al Horford.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. It stays with Golden State. Curry. It's Boston with the rebound. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Horford. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
One free throw good, so he converts on the three-point play, and the lead down to 11. Kyrie across the timeline. The lead is 11. Irving to Hayward. For three, that's off the side of the rim, no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Thompson. Curry. Still has an end of putback slam. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Knocked loose. Can slam it down. It's Golden State basketball. Thompson to Shaun Livingston. The jumper's off the mark. To Hayward. To Irving. Oh, he had him there for a second. Curling inside. Inside, he scores.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Durant across the timeline. Down 11. Curry to Thompson. The drive. Right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Cashes in for two.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Curry to Cousins. Livingston to Cousins. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
And he missed the free throw. To Irving. Rejected by Durant.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
With another basket there.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Kevin Durant has it. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Cousins. Durant. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open.
He throws it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Durant with the basketball up top. Down by 15. Durant. Not going down here. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And scores. Great body control on the step through.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
straight on three. At the buzzer, it's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. First half in the books. The Celtics own a comfortable lead.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. KD with the rock to Thompson. Knock loose. Celtics come away with it. Celtics keep possession. Easy path to the rim. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Thompson. Durant lets it fly. Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
And Gordon Hayward knocks down a wide open look.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Durant. Slam dunk Sean Livingston. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Kevin Durant with the rock. Has a look. Not that time.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Nice pass to get things going.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
It's denied by Horford.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Livingston across the timeline. His guys down big. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Knocked him up. To Durant. Count the basket at the rim. What more does this guy have to prove?
He has everything to prove because he's not trying to prove it to you behind the screen, watching this game, playing this game. He's trying to prove it to himself, Kevin Durant, every day that he is the greatest to ever put on an NBA uniform.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
New blood coming in for both sides. Durant to Green. Oh, Horford up to block the shot.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Irving to Jaylen Brown. Irving to Marcus Morris. Boston with 4 to shoot. Irving. Not today. Durant across the timeline. Down a bundle. Shot by Durant won't go down.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Oh, yeah, good shot, boy. Way to hit, way to hit.
Golden State at the controls.
Remaining in the third quarter.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good for Irving as he finishes off the three-point play, adding to the Celtics' lead. Curry with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. That's a Euro step, a side step. However they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that. Whew.
Warriors have the basketball. Durant to Curry. Durant to Curry. Here's a chance from long range. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Irving. Smothering deep. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Celtics way out in front. Compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Curry has it.
Hey, catch up. Let's go.
And counted at the rim.
I'm a little bit confused. Was that a well-designed offense or just poor defense? Maybe a little bit of both.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And a nice finish at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Turned away by Bell.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Irving. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 42, Al Horford. Into the game for the Golden State Warriors.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. From long range. And Steph, he can make that shot with his eyes closed. Wide open, knocks down the three.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Terry Rozier, not necessarily a shot, knocks down the three.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
Irving into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Irving. To Rozier. Curry into the front court. Looking to make some nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Driving right to the basket. Irving, he had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Irving. Oh, he hits the three.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Irving. To Rozier. Irving. He engulfed him that time. To Green. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Curry. Celtics able to clear the board. Here's Irving into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Hayward. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Irving.
Be up, baby. Be up.
Gets it in the left corner. To Irving. Inside, he scores.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
And Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Warriors have the basketball. Curry doesn't end a putback slam.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
cruises inside for 2.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Nice pass to set things up.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Flushes it home. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative, because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
We need it. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Steph, let's loose. Count the basket.
No fading on that shot, strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Ball's controlled by Boston. Give him 2 points. High percentage. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics.